Syria is stepping into the global fight against ISIS, an extraordinary turn in US foreign policy. Trump hosts jihadist turned President Ahmed Al-Sharaa at the White House, lifting sanctions and offering support to a man once labelled a terrorist. From bloody past to coalition partner, Syria's path is shifting, and the Middle East may never look the same. Syria is set to join the international coalition to combat the Islamic State group, marking a shift in US foreign policy in the Middle East. A BBC report says that the announcement came as President Donald Trump met Syrian President Ahmed Al-Sharaa at the White House on November 10th, the first such visit from a Syrian leader in the country's history. In an interview with Fox News, Al-Sharaa said the visit was part of a new era in which the country would cooperate with the US.
We also discussed lifting sanctions during the meeting with Trump, and there was a United Nations Security Council decision to lift sanctions imposed on me and several others.
Trump has expressed his support for Al-Sharaa, who until recently was designated a terrorist by the US government. Syria will now be the 90th country to join the global coalition, which is aimed at eliminating remaining elements of the so-called Islamic State and stemming the flow of foreign militants to the Middle East. Trump has expressed his support for Al-Sharaa, though. Even until this year, Al-Sharaa himself was the leader of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, an armed Islamist group which the US officially considered a terrorist organization until 4 months ago, with a $10 million bounty on his head. Following the meeting, a senior administration official also confirmed that the US Treasury Department, along with the Departments of State and Commerce, will announce new measures to lift economic restrictions on Syria and provide compliance clarity for investors. As part of the measures, the Trump administration is also issuing a 180-day suspension of the Caesar Act, which since 2019 had sanctioned the former Syrian government. Speaking to reporters in the Oval Office several hours after the meeting, Trump said,
"He comes from a very tough place, and he's a tough guy. I liked him. I get along with him, the new president of Syria. And we'll do everything we can to make Syria successful, because that's part of the Middle East."
Ahmed Al-Sharaa has downplayed his past links to the terrorist group Al-Qaeda and distanced himself from the 9/11 attacks. Speaking to Fox News shortly after meeting with Trump, Al-Sharaa described his former affiliation with jihadists as a matter of the past. Asked if he has any regrets over Al-Qaeda's 9/11 attacks, he denied any involvement. Al-Sharaa asserted,
"I was only 19 years old. I was a very young person. I didn't have any decision-making power at the time. I don't have anything to do with it. Al-Qaeda was not present right then in my area."
Al-Sharaa asserted, Syria finds it necessary to hold former leader Bashar Assad accountable, whose affinity to US's adversary Russia is no secret.
"Justice must prevail. We have established a justice commission so that everyone could be held accountable for what they did, including Bashar Assad."
Although Al-Sharaa has pledged to rebuild civil war-torn Syria as an inclusive state, his rule has been marred by sporadic sectarian violence against Druze, Alawite, and Christian communities. Last month, Russia's top diplomat Sergei Lavrov told reporters from Arab countries that Assad and his family are staying in Russia for purely humanitarian reasons, as the former Syrian president faced the threat of physical elimination in his home country.